Did you make that?
Solid Hill TDS, J. Leo, Hitchhikers. Check. I'ma spit fire and propane. Keep a little baggie of some veggies, your romaine. Sloppy ass bitch tryna eat up the whole brain. While this bummy ass nigga still asking for more change. Get your taste buds lit, popping right under your tongue. Lighting up a sharp strain, feel like it's chopping your lungs. Smoke another leaf to the head, feeling like Danny Phantom. Got a medicine jar in my car full of zany samples. Running with the factions when my rations getting low. Get down on the floor, blood races like I'm whipping blow. Shit show for show, I don't know, I just release and go. Can't hear what you're saying, this sweet too loud and you're speaking low. Johnny smoking haze, ain't a blaze, I got heat to throw. Then I'm let the heater flow and send it to the heat below. Think it's a game, I pick the date before you let him roll. Think I'm insane, but from the start I never had control. Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale of the moonlight? Have you ever laid with a demon with the flames by your bedside? Smoking the air, sipping on spirits, get the mood right, get the crew hype. Middle fingers to the blue lights, dancing on your grave while I gaze into the moonlight.
Rolling through the city, heart is empty, but I'm feeling frisky, knowing I can make it even though these niggas want it in me. Got some rolling papers and some bitches, yeah, we getting litty, feeling out of place. Fuck it, I got my niggas with me. We on a long road, smoking trees and bagging hoes. Love is faded, I'm jaded, consequences are never told. Running out of character, the real me is getting old. Facing the facade, 50 shades, and I fall below. I'm on some new shit, underworld a new bitch. Your loose lips tangle you up, I guess this news fits. I do this, spitting some fire in Meth Doom. Hits the sun god, bringing some light. Now watch your mood switch, hieroglyphs when writing scripts. Namaste but conquering, conjuring some spirits in the valleys where they die and quit. Just a gladiator on a righteous tip, still sharp and steel, but I'm colder than the Arctic gets.
Chill. What's up? What is up? It's your boy, welcome on in the building. Hope everybody had a fantastic Monday. It's still technically Monday to me until I lay my head down on my pillow and close my eyes. It's still technically Monday for me. I hope everybody had a good weekend. Of course, Final Four is now set both for the men and the women. There was some NBA over the weekend, some NBA tonight. Of course, you got the slap heard around the world with Will Smith. It's crazy how that topic was on every sports channel radio or station. We even talked about it on today's sports show at 3:00. I mean, it's nuts. Slap heard around the world. We'll briefly discuss that because I don't want to keep beating that dead horse. I mean, memes been going crazy on that ever since the situation happened yesterday. But that's what happens when you're able to slap the hell out of somebody and still win an Oscar a little bit later on. So must be the life, But no, as always, as the homie 40 Water, aka Silent Hill TDS, bringing the show in. Him and J. Leo Pale Moon Devil Dance. You see it scrolling on the bottom of your screen. Go show them some love on the YouTube page at Hitchhikers. And while you're on YouTube, make sure go show us some love at I.O.W. Sports. Hit I.O.W. Sports Network. That is the address to our YouTube page. That's where all our content is at. I repeat, all the content of I.O.W. Sports is on I.O.W. Sports Network on YouTube. Yes, it is. It's all there. Of course, we got the Instagram. We do got an Instagram account. We do got a Twitter account. You are more than welcome to follow those, but we use those to, drop teasers, let you know what's coming down the pipe as content-wise for the YouTube channel. Snippets, teasers, clips, help spread the word. That's what that's for. And we also got the Facebook page. So if you out there, you got your own sports take, join that Facebook group. You see it scrolling on the bottom of the screen. It's because it gives you the power to say what you want. And if you have a sports podcast, we emphasize on network. Drop your content. You'll probably end up doing a lot of collaborations with I.O.W. You got a small business, drop your website. Let people know that you got some kind of goods or services that people would probably want. But you don't know if people want it till you get it out there. So that is where that is available for. I.O.W. Sports Network at Facebook. Join the Facebook group page. But look, with all that said and done, you like music, you like other podcasts, get the I.O.W. Network app. That's what that's for. It's available in your respective app store. Google Play Store, Apple Store. I.O.W. Network app. All right, now that we got all that good shit all out the way, in order to start a good show, we got to have a top play of the day. Yeah, you know it. Yes, you know it. Yes, you know it. Before that, let's see who's in the building. Yes. Yes, Stephanie. What is up? What is up? Yeah, I'm awake. You awake? I was supposed to have my guest, Boney Homie. I guess he fell asleep on me. See what's up with him. We were supposed to do Mondays with Boney Homie. He had I can't remember what he had, but I was gonna compare the 1993-94 rosters of Chicago and Houston, and I was going to do 94-95 roster of Chicago and Houston because I felt that if Michael Jordan didn't retire, they would have went on the 8-peat. That makes sense. Repeat 8 times straight in a row because they had the 2 3-peats, so there was 6 in the 90s. But those 2 years he went for baseball, I made the take that had he not retired, they would have won all 8. What's up, Man Down Podcast Network? Y'all definitely go show Man Down Podcast Network some love on YouTube as well. Their YouTube page as well as their Facebook page. He said, "I need all hands on deck tomorrow." I got you, bro. You know anything that y'all need from I.O.W, man, whether it's me or Detroit Mail, you already know. Just give us a holler. Just give us a holler. The homie Stephanie is in the building tonight. We on episode 160, man. We are racking these episodes up. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We'll get to that in just a second. On that, we'll you talking about that 93, 94? Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. So bear with me on that, man. I don't know if Bones is gonna join me, but if anything, you are always welcome to hop in, Melly Mel, to discuss that because I just feel that they could have won that could have had eight in a row. Yes, I know 160. But look, let's get to this top play of the day, man. Big top play of the day. Top play of the day, man. This Memphis Grizzlies team is dangerous. John Morant's been missing a couple of games. He'll probably sit out. If I was the coach of the Grizzlies, I would actually sit him out for the rest of the regular season, just because you want him to be 100% going into the playoffs. Your best weapon. That's just me. And plus the team is actually doing well without John Morant in the lineup. But no, check out what happened down in Memphis, Tennessee tonight.
Yes, better ball movement, better player movement, higher quality three-point looks. Of course, when Melton is shooting this well, Anthony Melton sends it in.
Mr. Do Everything here tonight.
And a blocking foul. Holy cow. Melton exploding.
Listen, you don't realize how long these arms are. The outstretched arm as Looney tries to get out the way. No, you can't get out of the way of that one-hand train coming down the lane.
Melton averaging 10.5 as you look at John.
DeAndre Melton. Lord Jesus. He had to do that man like that. What's up, man? He didn't have to do that man like that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That when you see stuff like that, man, you just gotta look out below. You just gotta holler at somebody, let them know that you about to get yoked on. You's about to get yoked on. Yes, sir. Damn. Somebody should have gave that man a heads up. Like, nah, man, that ain't what you want to play. This ain't what you want. Yeah, that was a nice play by DeAndre Melton. I thought that was real, real smooth. Way to put a man on the poster, man. Whew. I hate to be that dude that was on the Kevin Looney on the receiving end on that. But where we headed to? I know my brain's all over the place because I'm thinking like a million miles per hour. Like like y'all on Jada's stomach. Oh my gosh. Well, since Matt took it there, I mean the whole world's been talking about it. They've been talking about it since for the last 24 hours. Well, here it is.
You got the hardest job tonight. Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated. Now, if she loses, he can't win. He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Uh-oh, Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane jump.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay? Okay. That was a greatest night.
I mean, like the whole room went silent. Once he said, "Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth." Oh, did you hear the ooze? Did you hear the ooze? Ooh. Oh, he for real, for real. Oh. Ooh. But like, cause for me, I'm gonna keep it 100 because that's what we do on this show. Sports are becoming entertainment. WWE, WCW, AEW, wrestling. And when you got sports entertainment and now, in my opinion, all your major sports are starting to trying to come over to that entertainment side because that's where the money's at. Then once you go beyond WWE, then you got the peak of entertainment, which is Hollywood. That is the epitome of entertainment. And so, what do actors do? They entertain. They sell shit, make it look like something. I don't know about y'all, but when Chris Rock did it not kind of look like Chris Rock was leaning in for it, like waiting for it, and then took it. I guess it's a slap heard around him. I don't know. It looks staged as hell to me. Maybe all Jada, Will, and Chris are in on it. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm just saying, I have my doubts on how real it is. Hey, look, when it comes to Hollywood or Hollyweird, especially in Hollywood, California, you can't take nothing off the table. I mean, you can't take nothing off the table when it comes to Hollywood. And no, I didn't hear about no. Said they both released statements apologizing to each other. I had to look into that. Yeah, Stephanie. To me, it looked kind of staged. It just looked like because look, I'm gonna be frank. You could tell when a man ready to squabble with you, ready to put them hands on you. He's just walking up to you. You know, this wasn't like no everyday, moment that this dude is supposed to be walking up to the stage. You're not handing out no award or anything. And we'll just, already said a joke. Obviously, you see that his lady wasn't happy about it because you kind of like, oh, chill out. It's just a joke. It's a G.I. Jane joke, And I don't know. I think some money's behind it. Like I said, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Of course, I ain't got nothing to back it up. I've seen a lot of, when it comes to entertainers, they know how to sell something. They know how to work the audience, give them something that looks real, but in reality, it's not real. That's what Hollywood does. They like to play the tricks. They like to play the magical shit. Ooh-la. Distract you with this hand while they stealing money out of your pocket with their right hand. That's what I know of Hollywood. Saying I'm not gonna put nothing, did it for ratings. I don't know if they did it for ratings, but I guess you can correlate once the tweets was coming out like, yo, Will Smith smacked the shit out of Chris Rock. I bet you people tuned in. Like, yo, what else is going to happen? Are they going to fight? What else is going to happen? I bet you the ratings went up after. I don't care about the Oscars. I don't. I don't care about, quite honestly, I don't really care about awards in general, award shows. I mean, it's entertainment. And it's all subjective. Who had the best this, best of that, best of this. Entertainment has your points where things are very subjective, just like sports. Ain't no different. But I'm a sports guy. Do I watch movies? Of course. But I can care less about the Oscars. But I just want to raise a couple of things. And I know this is really not sports related. I get it. But everybody's been talking about it. Will Smith smack Rouse to where can I be all right? We keeps it real. We keeps it real. So you said it gained 8 million plus viewers after the smack? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it did. Will to me is a damaged mentally man. I think he's damaged mentally. Because you look at this situation, when you see a man the way he looked when he was on that little red table with his lady Jada, and they over there discussing the entanglement with August, you just saw a broken man, just the way he looked. I know people use his face for memes and all that shit, but he looked like he was mentally drained. And all this is getting played out in the public. Of course, Will's used to the public, but I'm pretty sure he heard the chirp that he was looking like a sucker. I call it what it is. He was looking like a sucker. Will Smith was looking like a sucker. The old lady over here just getting the plumber treatment from some little young Thundercat. And she just brushed it off like it ain't shit. It's like, damn. I just think this man has been through like an emotional beatdown. Like, yo, man, people is digging that because my wife over here getting plumber treatment from some old young Thundercat, and she cool with it, and I'm still sticking with her. And I'm not saying, Ain't nothing wrong with that. Do what y'all do. But I just feel, they quote unquote got an open relationship. I think that more open relationship wasn't what we really wanted. That's just my opinion. I ain't got no facts or nothing to base that off of, but like, hell, and making it look like, oh, defend my honor. I don't think the joke wasn't even that bad. Granted, we now is out there. She's has sensitive to her alopecia. Okay, I get it. But does Chris Rock know that? He could have. There's no way to really prove that if he knows. I mean, who knows if he's paying attention to what Jade is saying in the social media? Who knows? But he's also a comedian. He's a comedian. What do you do as a comedian? You tell jokes. You know that there's nothing personal behind it. Jada Pinkett she's acted in a lot of comedy movies. I think she knows what comedy is. Will Smith, plays in a lot of comedies, got a lot of comedy elements in his career. Hello. I'm pretty sure they know what comedy is. And the craft of Chris Rock, they should know this. They do that. They do some form of comedy in their own career. Like, what's the disconnect? What is the disconnect? We don't know if Chris Rock knew about her alopecia. We don't know that. You really didn't give a chance to really ask him if he knew or not. I mean, Will kind of went from he started at 100, then came down to like 99, and then then to 0. And he didn't go from 0 to 100. He went from 100. I mean, anytime you just roll up and smack somebody, I'm gonna start putting that in air quotation. Smack. I think the smack was like a little, you an action movie guy. I've been in action movies. They both know how to. They both been in some type of action movie roles too. Like, take a smack. Yeah, blah. Some straight WWE shit. So I don't know, man. I mean, I gotta find the clip because matter of fact, what did Shannon say? Because I like my Shannon Sharp impersonations. So skill. Skill. He said, I would have whooped his ass. Let me get this up for y'all so we can watch this. All right, here we go. All right.
Back though.
Yeah, he said in his acceptance speech that Denzel told him that at your highest moment, be careful. That's when the devil comes for you.
I'm the devil. If I'm Chris Rock, I'm the devil that's coming for him. I'm coming up out that Purple Tom Ford, or Brioni, or a Caesar Antolini. I don't know who that was, but I'm coming up out of that. I'm coming up out of these clothes, but I don't care nothing about that. Man, you can't do that to somebody, Skip. So now comedians, can they not say anything? Worried about people coming up on stage? So don't go. Listen, if you're sensitive, don't you take your ass to no comedy show, because these are comedians and they make light of situations. So if you go down there and you got on some bull jive, they're going to make fun of you. If you look like some bull jive, they're going to make fun of you. Chris Rock should have thought about. I say the joke. The person that I say the joke about, her husband. So now I already feel tension. I feel confrontation. Or I'm getting off the first one. Because the moment I feel confrontation, I got to end it. I'm not finna let you walk up on me like that. We argue, Skip. We going back and forth. You across the room, and here you come walking towards me. What I think? You coming to offer me a drink? What he should have done is what DC Young Fly did last year when somebody came up on the stage and whipped him. He's protecting his wife. Well, where was her protection of a man when she was at the red table talking about what she was doing with this entanglement? Where was her protection of her husband? He a bigger man than me. I ain't that big a man. Ain't a road high enough for me to take.
I love Shannon, man. I love Shannon. He said, I had to whoop Will Smith ass. He either gonna whoop me up or I'm gonna have to whoop him up. I'm gonna come out that tux. Because every time I see you, it's on sight. Man, I tell you, that's a fair point too. Comedians make light of matter while being in dark places. That's 100% right. I mean, you see a lot of suicides or overdoses and things like that when it comes to comedians. I don't know why, but I mean, it's a slight trend, you know. But no, I mean, Shannon, right, man. We got a squad, man. I'm not gonna let you just run up on me. No, that whole situation is crazy. I can't believe that happened. You know, slap. I don't care, y'all. I'm putting quotations around that thing. That thing look a little staged. Now, when it come out, now some cats is about to get paid for this situation. Like either they setting up some type of weird movie or something, where like they both release movies on the same day or something. Y'all remember how it was like, 50 Cent versus Kanye West when they dropped the albums back in the same thing? This might be something. They might do it as a way to, hype up both movies without having to really do it. It'd be like, let the media make the beef. Right. Hear me out. So Chris Rock got a movie come out. Will Smith go like, yo, I drop it the same day and let the media, kind of hype it up. I'm just saying. You never know. As we talk about a struggle with hell. Yeah, and I get that, Steph. I definitely get that. I'm just saying, as the comedian of Chris Rock, does he know that? There's no 100% say that he knew that. That's all I'm saying. So I mean, it's a weird situation. So I mean, some people have look. I'm not going to downplay. If Jada was upset, she was upset. She has that right. So B, what's up, B? How you doing? Man, long time, big cub. And I mean, look, Jada could go public about it, but I mean, we can't assume just because Chris Rock is a well-known comedian that he knew Jada was going public about her alopecia. I mean, I'm just saying, I don't want to assume. So black people are breaking free of their programming. The rules ain't holding entertainers in check like they used to. AB snap, Juwan snap, Kanye snap, Will snap. Watch the trend. Hey, that's another show. We'll have to have that conversation on the I.O.W podcast, man, because I like that. I really do. I really like that. We'll get into that in a second. But look, so I saw this come on the news feed on the phone, and they say the NFL trying to adjust the Rooney Rule. trying to adjust the Rooney Rule in the NFL. So it says all 32 NFL teams will hire a minority offensive assistant coach for the 2022 season, part of a series of policy enhancements announced Monday to address the league's ongoing diversity efforts. It says the coach can be a female or a member of an ethnic or racial minority, according to the policy adopted by NFL owners during their annual meeting, and will be paid from a league-wide fund. It's a recognition that at the moment, when you look at stepping stones for a head coach, they are the coordinator positions. We clearly have a trend where coaches are coming from the offensive side of the ball in recent years, and we clearly do not have as many minorities in the offensive coordinator job. Don't get me started on this trash Rooney Rule negative 2.0. So I'll say this. Let me start by this. And what did you say, Steph? You said I may jinx the NC North Carolina State women. I was loving the Facebook post for them. Friends told me to not watch a video. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, hey, but they did good. The women Wolf Pack of North Carolina State made it to the Elite Eight. They were about one game away from Final Four, I think, tonight. So they lost. So I stated this in the past to y'all. If you have a rule like this in place, you are admitting there's a problem. And that's the beginning of it, Matt. And that's the beginning of it. Look. Where's the actual where's the actual enforcement? You know? Like what is making these owners who aren't adhering to the Rooney Rule, what is actually making them fearful if they were not to follow the rule? That's how I'm gonna start this. So if the owners had an actual fear of something to happen to them, some kind of punishment, an actual punishment, I think you can actually make the rule work. But there's no punishment really. Well, there isn't. Let's take the really out. There's no punishment. There's no say, hey, you're not following the Rooney Rule. This is your punishment. Or this is your fine, or this is your loss of draft picks. And for me, the only way to affect change when it comes to owners, billionaires. Said there is none that I know of here. The issue is they never did the work to find out why black coaches weren't being hired. Well, you're right, Mel, and as in they're not, going past the surface level on why black coaches are getting hired. Why they need to find some type of way to regulate the hiring process. Obviously, look, I still got to preface what I'm saying with this still that grain of salt, as in billionaires who've been billionaires for a while, trying to tell them what to do, you'll get static, you'll get conflict. Most of those billionaires didn't get to that point by doing what people told them to do. They usually just found a way to do what they wanted to do and justify it later. I mean, it's just B said they can try, but they'll never cover up their diversity problem. I agree with you. I just think what it is people are hoping and optimistic that the NFL, who leans who leans on 72, 73% black men for their product is to be more aware, if that makes sense. You know, don't just use us as your product, get rich off of us, and don't care for our health, you know, our humanity, our bodies. Even after we hang up the cleats, don't forget about us. We still help put those billions of dollars in your pocket. Because I'll be pro player all day, every day. And not just the black players of the NFL. I'm talking about pro player. Every player should get they just do in the NFL. Period. But when it comes to coaching, you know, eventually that 72, 73% black men that played in the NFL, you telling me they don't have the knowledge to then, if they still want to be involved with the game, to be on the other side of it? You know, the best master chefs, you know, they didn't become a master chef right out the gate. They had to cook. You know, Michael Jordan didn't become the GOAT by playing minor league baseball. He invested in basketball. He played basketball for a long time. Who is better to teach the game for those who played it at the ultimate level? And I'm not saying they're going to be successful, but at least give them a shot. At least give them the opportunity. You can't tell me that 72, 73% of the black men that have played in the league, they can't coach the same game that just helped these 32, 31 owners turn them into billionaires? I mean, where's the disconnect? So NFL can adjust this Rooney Rule. They can make tweaks to it. But until you actually enforce some type of punishment for it, come up with an actual logical hiring process, you know. I think back in the day, Big Homie Nick on the Day Show, he came up with a solution to have a player rep. You know, the Baltimore Ravens are looking for a new head coach. Have a former player rep. Have like a Ray Lewis or Ed Reed. You know, someone that you know is going to keep it a buck with you. Be in the hiring room with them. Holding that franchise accountable that they're giving everybody a fair shot. That the GM, the owner, everybody's on time. Ain't nobody walking in drunk or nothing. Or ain't nobody being stupid or nothing. Or asking asinine questions. You know, the interview process is the same across the whole board. And from those, if you like them, you bring them back for a second interview. But they needed some type of player rep, one that's going to hold the franchise accountable. I don't think that's a bad idea, but the NFL got to do something because the Rooney Rule's not working. Y'all know it. I know it. They been knew it. Let's call it what it is. They been knew it. How many years were they sitting on CTE? Oh, let's not forget about CTE. And first of all, let's not forget about how the NFL handles crisis. They're not proactive. They're reactive as hell. Because they feel that the product's not going nowhere, and quite honestly, it's not. A pandemic made it slow down the money a little bit, but it didn't hurt it. It didn't kill it. What they made during the pandemic, companies would have died to have that kind of money that they made. They still made almost close up upwards to $10 billion. Man, that terrible year. We made only $10 billion. And it's just going to keep going up and up and up. But they're still going to have the same problem because they're not addressing it. They're not addressing the problem. So you're 100% right, Mel. With this comment, said the issue is that they never did the work to find out why black coaches weren't being hired. You're right. So now they're trying to say, oh, it's because when I got on the offensive coordinator side, yeah, you are right, but I don't think that solves it. So it's like if you pay attention to what the NFL is saying with this damn Rooney Rule 2.0, negative 2.0, like Mel say, they're literally telling you what the problem is, but not giving you the proper solution at the same time. So what they're saying is, yeah, we know how to fix it, but we're not really going to fix it. That's what I got from that. Saying that, oh, well, you're going to have people on the offensive coordinator, they can be from any minority ethnicity or female. I'm telling you, these owners are going to find just another loophole to get out of that shit just like they did before. They're just going to do it again. You'll end up next to Jimmy Hoffa. Hey, man. People don't like the truth. Have your ass sleeping with the fishes. What's up, Malazzo? How you doing, bro? Simple answer, although complicated to execute, is to get more black owners into sports. That's always been another issue. That issue right there, in we can spend a whole show on that one. Because first of all, you're not having a high rate of black coaches. So then in turn, you're not getting a high amount of GMs. There's not a lot of, well, I know members, Shai Khan of the Jaguars, he's a minority owner, and I believe Ziggy Wolf of the Minnesota Vikings are pretty much your only two minority football owners of NFL teams. And there's technically 31. There's 32 teams, but technically only 31 owners because Green Bay, they got shareholders, not one owning voice. So they got shareholders. So that's the thing. So you got 2 out of 31. So you got other 29 teams of the good old boys club. Whether they own the team forever or it's passed down to them, stayed in the family, or the good old boys club. And y'all see how the good old boys do, huh? Y'all see Dan Snyder just doing whatever the hell he want to do down in Washington. Got to have the damn Senate come in and investigate his franchise because he's working a very unhealthy work environment, real rude and crude to the women in his franchise. Oh yeah, great example. Good job, NFL. Don't want to give these players full guaranteed contracts. You could put some more money towards these men that help you get these billions of dollars once they're done playing for you. Make sure that their mental's right. Make sure their body's right. Lifetime health insurance. It's the least you can do. But you got your owners just running amok. Your boy Dan Snyder is just a complete scumbag down in Washington. But he's still allowed to own his team. Jerry Jones is a scumbag. Yeah, I said it. Jerry Jones is a scumbag. Those who know, watch the show. I didn't already had on here how he pretty much let his right hand man just be a peeping Tom throughout the franchise. Hey, birds of a feather flock together. If that's his homeboy for 30 plus years, and that's the behavior that he has, I wonder what Jerry's behavior is. Oh yeah, he might need to go see Maury before Maury retire. He might be a pappy of a 25-year-old woman. Yeah, tell me the behavior of Daniel Snyder, and I can show you the behavior of Jerry Jones, especially the way he got his homeboy, let him retire. Come on now. I know Robert Kraft was lonely and shit, but come on, man. He got caught in this thing down in Florida. Okay. These owners do whatever the hell they want. Y'all remember Jim Irsay, Mr. DUI, coach owner. But they go crazy with the players when they start getting into some trouble. They go crazy. Player get in trouble, it's on all kind of news. So-and-so did this, so-and-so did that. You know, they was all on Deshaun Watson's ass. So what happens if you do your round of interviews but don't feel like the black people you interviewed are a good fit for the job? If that's the case, then that's the case. If they didn't fit what you needed and the qualities that you wanted, or you had a difference in scheme, you know. But my thing is like the interview process should pretty much be the same across the board. Like you should be asking this candidate a question that you're not asking that one, and vice versa. You know, they should be all having about the same amount of time, thorough interview. You know, like they should, you know, hey, interview one, say 2 hours. You know, same questions across the board. You like that cat? Some of them you don't care for, you leave them out. Go to the second round. Second round, a 4-hour interview. Take them on a tour of the facility. Blase. You know, by that time, you should probably have an idea of who you want. Bring them back for a third view. I don't know if that's the answer. But I would at least have some kind of set guidelines on how to do just a hiring process and have someone in there, a player rep. Like I said, if it's Baltimore Ravens, have like an Ed Reed or Ray Lewis to make sure that they're in the interview process so that they know it is a fair situation. They're asking everybody the same questions, treating everybody the same way. GMs and owners are on time, paying attention to what this candidate is saying, hearing everything he's saying. They're actually having dialogue, you know? Because all these coaches, minority coaches, are saying they're not getting a fair shake. You need some kind of evidence to show it. And I'm not saying that they don't, but it's hard to prove things are messed up if you don't have nothing to show for it. But it's showing in the amount of coaches not being hired. It's showing in literally when that whole Brian Flores situation went down. It was kind of like, yeah, we knew about it, but nobody really came out and said it. It's almost like baseball rules, the unwritten written rules. You know, it's unwritten, but it's technically written. So I mean, it just needs to be some type of, you know, fair shake on that end. Good old boys drinking, risking around. Owners are going to hire and surround themselves with people who think, look, and act like them. Bingo. More often than not, when your owners are all Blanco, what do you think is going to happen? And you're not wrong, Milazzo. That's why you're my guy. Shout out Milazzo. He a dirty old man on the real. Yeah, they are. Don't do what I do what I say is the owner's mentality. Yeah. And Matt, we call that slave mentality in a black culture. So yeah. I mean these owners are they're controlling everything. They're pulling the strings on this whole situation. Do I think it's going to get better? I mean, I said this when the whole Brian Flores situation went down. I'm actually shocked that he actually got an assistant job with the with the Steelers. I didn't know if the Steelers wanted that heat become a linebackers coach. Matter of fact, I thought he was done in the NFL. Because the NFL likes to make examples out of you. There's a reason why Kaepernick's not in the league. There's a reason. Kaepernick should he should go try out for USFL or XFL, one of those little supplementary or secondary football leagues. And yeah, if he really wants to play football, I know this is kind of sidebar, but and I've been seeing Kaepernick with his film tapes, his little highlight reels on Instagram and all of that stuff, and I've been seeing him. Could he still be in the league? He can be in the league as a backup. And that's not me throwing shade on Kaepernick. A quarterback that's been away from the game for 5 years. Mm-hmm. A lot's changed in the league just in 5 years. Could he still run an RPO? Yeah, he can still run an RPO. He could definitely still run an RPO. Will he outrun somebody? I don't know. The defensive lineman getting faster and faster, and he's getting older and older. When you get older, you don't get faster. You don't need no college degree. You don't need to be a rocket scientist to figure that one out. You don't get faster when you get older. Goodell would never enforce harsh punishments against his bosses. He would be given his pink slip and shown the door. Obviously, you're 100% right on that, Matt. You are so right on that. Goodell knows how to grease a palm, if that makes sense. He knows how to grease a palm enough to make it seem like he gives at least one fuck. But he might, in all actuality, give a quarter of a fuck. I don't know that for sure. I'm just, basing off of how you see the players and the Players Association interact with them. I will say this, and this is not no knock on DeMaurice Smith. I just think having a rep for the players does them no good, and especially because DeMaurice Smith, he's never, he's never been a football player. How is he going to fight for the rights of football players, and he don't know how a football player feels about certain things, or how things are ran in the NFL? Just my personal opinion. But these owners, man, they love Goodell. He's a perfect puppet. Dance, little Goodell. Dance, little Goodell. And he's shucking jive because the ratings, the TV revenue keep going up, and they keep patting him on the butt. Keep patting him on the butt. Say, hey, you keep making us rich, you son bitch. And we fall for it, me included. It's a love-hate relationship with this damn NFL. It's a love-hate relationship with sports. It really is. It's a huge parallel to life. But look, I know my man Boney Homie didn't join me today, but I'm gonna go ahead and do my spiel. I'm gonna do my spiel on why I think, I bet yet why I know the 93-94 Bulls, had Jordan been there, and then would have beaten the 93-94 Rockets. So that 93-94 year, where the Rockets did win the championship, that was the first year that, of course, MJ was away. They beat the Knicks, of course, 4-3, Game 7. You know that all too well, don't you? Don't you, Matt? Don't you, uh says you're gonna come out for the NFL draft. Oh yeah. The draft is in Kansas City next year. If we do it right, Malazzo, we might Detroit Mel and Nick, big homie Nick, we might try to do like an I.O.W show in Kansas City, do like the tour. I give them a tour of the city. But yes, I definitely plan on. I'm hoping we can make it an I.O.W. But I'm gonna get with you in a couple of weeks anyway, because I'm gonna drive up to Des Moines on a Friday, and we'll if you're not doing that, we'll link up because I got some peoples in Iowa I need to see that I ain't seen for a minute. So um, before you sign off, tell everyone who you picked to win the Bulls versus Knicks game tonight. Oh Matt. Okay, your funky ass Knicks won tonight. Bravo. Enjoy missing the play-in tournament. Yep. Bravo. But no, just hear me out on this argument that the 93-94 Chicago Bulls with Michael Jordan would have beaten that Houston Rockets for that championship. Just because, Rockets finished that season at 58-24, and Chicago finished 55-27. So if you look at it record-wise, they're really not missing. They're not really, record-wise, they're not far off. They're only 3 games back. You look at how they were allowing points, opponent points. Houston was 5th. Chicago was 3rd. So defensive-wise, Chicago was better. Now, Houston scored a little bit more, only by 3 points. So imagine you taking the points that MJ averaged plus his defense. What a great defensive player MJ was. They could have easily beaten that team because the Bulls lost to the Knicks in 7 games in the Eastern Conference semis, and that's without MJ. And that's the same Knicks team that the Rockets beat in the finals in 7 games. So if it took that same Knicks team 7 games to beat a Chicago Bulls team without MJ, just imagine if MJ was there. That at least been 4 in a row. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. 4 in a row. And a better record than the Lakers. I already gave up on them sorry ass Lakers. It's okay. You do know that your roster is y'all pay a lot of money for that roster. We pay a lot of money for that roster. And we both gonna be sitting at the crib watching the finals in June, watching somebody else play. I already caved into that. My team is ass. When are you gonna do it? Let it go, Matt. Let it go. But no, that's my point on the 93-94 Bulls roster would have taken down that 93-94 Rockets team. That Bulls team still won 55 games without MJ. Without MJ. I'm telling you, that's still a good roster. Pip did his thing that year. I mean, and that's when Tony come in. That's when Coach comes in. So I you start seeing the other half of the Chicago Bulls come in because Kukoc was on the back end of that three-peat of those 6. So let's go to 94 and 95. So the Rockets who won the championship that year. Went 47-35. So did the Chicago Bulls. So did Chicago Bulls. They beat that Orlando Magic team 4-0. Sweet. That same Magic team beat those Chicago Bulls. And yes, I know MJ was there, but MJ came late. Remember 4-5? Y'all remember 45? He literally saved that Bulls team and dragged them into the playoffs. And so if that team would have been able to not been in such a deep hole by the time Jordan came back out of retirement, they probably would have surpassed that. I mean, they were scoring 101.5 points to Houston's 103.5. So you're talking about a bucket. You know, Chicago 5th in defense. Houston 14th in defense. Add Jordan to that team. They get him. That's 6 feet. Or 8. That'd be a full 8. If Jordan doesn't retire and play, God dang it. If he doesn't chase his dream of playing minor league baseball, it's an 8-piece, a straight 8. Team of the damn decade in the 90s for the Bulls. Somebody prove me wrong. I dare you. Anyway. All right, y'all. That's the show. I hope everybody had a good night, had a good weekend. Appreciate everybody. Come chopping it up with your boy Wildcard Mar. But look, y'all come back now. You hear? Tomorrow, episode 161. It's been real. Come back tomorrow night. Same midnight hour. Same Wildcard Mar. Peace and love, y'all. Ow. Boo doo doo boo. Ow.
Yeah. Sound like hell to the verse. Let's get it. Let's go. Alright, let me get serious this time. Yo, I'm on my God of War shit. All the war spits, let the bass kick, nigga, feel the fucking floor lift. Watch your pores rip from these razor blade fingertips. Smoke hit your face like a hammer fist. Outstanding with suicidal flow. Nose diving to a free fall. Speedball, cannonball, jerking out on Adderall. I just watch the bodies fall. Supercharged like Dragon Ball. When I spit this fire out my mouth, you hear the dragon skull. Daily with explosive, if you're softer than some woven silk. Grinding rappers flesh in the syrup and call it muscle milk. Some nutritious, my hunger forever endless. I'm vicious and bloodthirsty, my nigga. I handle business pretentious, I leave them injured. Eating pickles for dinner, underground like Matt the Splinter, then hibernate for the winter. Illiterate, so I can give a fuck about the sentence. Belligerent, so I don't give a fuck about repentance. Johnny plays with a bag of hate.